Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the miserable liberal and Ron Placone.
I'm miserable.
Howdy, howdy.
So, if you've been watching the show, you know that the Korean, the dust up over Korea. Chomsky told us that North Korea offered to suspend their nuclear program, and it was immediately rejected by the United States. This is under the Barack Obama administration. So, again, we're the provocateurs. It seems like. It seems weird, and it doesn't get reported, right? So that I had to go to Democracy Now! To hear Chomsky say that.
Solve it. Actually, there's one proposal that's ignored. I mean, you see a mention of it now and then. It's a pretty simple proposal. Remember, the goal is to get North Korea to freeze its weapons systems, weapons and missile systems. So one proposal is to accept their offer to do that. Sounds simple. They've made a proposal, China and North Korea proposed to freeze the North Korean missile and nuclear weapon systems, and the U.S. instantly rejected it. And you can't blame that on Trump. Obama did the same thing a couple of years ago. Same offer was presented, I think it was 2015. The Obama administration instantly rejected it. And the reason is that it calls for a quid pro quo. It says, in return, the United States should put an end to threatening military maneuvers on North Korea's borders, which happen to include, under Trump, sending of nuclear-capable B-52s flying right near the border. Now, maybe Americans don't remember very well, but North Koreans have a memory.
So they have a memory of B-52s flattening and leveling their country. We talked about this in another video, but here, so the reason why I wanted you to see that was so you know what the F we're doing, but this never gets reported in the United States. So here's a report on CNN, and they're talking about, first of all, they're talking about Guam, because Kim Jong-il was threatening Guam, remember that? So this is a guy who's on Guam, but listen to what he has to say. This is kind of interesting.
On a plane from South Korea, which was full of tourists coming here. Most of the hotels we found were booked solid, no rooms available. So it hasn't put a dent in the tourism industry while raising some anxiety. No signs of panic whatsoever here. There is a reason, though, that Guam would be a target. It's the closest U.S. territory geographically to North Korea. It's also home to Andersen Air Force Base, and that's where bombers flew from just a few days ago, which conducted passes accompanied by South Korean and Japanese fighter jets over the Korean peninsula. And
what? So that's where the United States flew B-52 bombers from that flew over Korea?
Show of force, that's the kind of thing that Pyongyang does not like.
Yeah, they certainly don't like the...
So I'm going to play that for you again.
By South Korean and Japanese fighter jets over the Korean peninsula, an obvious show of force. That's the kind of thing that Pyongyang does not like.
Yeah, they certainly don't like those B-1s, B-2s, B-52 U.S. bombers flying from Guam over the Korean peninsula. That really irritates them, as we now see.
It's like they're mosquitoes.
Yeah,
like, those are so hot.
It's so irritating.
He just goes, yeah, they really... I also like... That just seemed like such an understatement. Such a weird thing to say. Yeah. They really don't like it when you fly a B. That really irritates them. You know, here's Wolf Blitzer reporting on Chelsea Manning. Turns out she's not a big fan of torture.
She wasn't into it.
Gee, it's weird North Korea gets so bent out of shape over those planes, says the guy whose network flips out when a foreign nation does a routine treaty flyover. That's another story. Turns out Syria doesn't really like those missiles, especially when they land. I'm Wolf Blitzer. What kind of a thing is that to say?
Hardline news. He's really diving in deep, getting into feelings of folks.
Well, it turns out people really don't like not having enough money to live on. It isn't fun for them. That's Wolf Blitzer reporting on the Fight for 15. Nations don't like it when worldwide aggressors flies over them with B-52 bombers. Breaking news now. Come on. Drinking lead. What a bummer. Am I right? That's Wolf Blitzer live from Flint. Wolf Blitzer reports over-militarization of the world as if he's reading a Dr. Seuss book. They do not like it, Sam I am. They do not like the bombs that go bam. I'm Wolf Blitzer. Oh, man, that water's pretty cold and it's below zero out here. Yeah, they're probably not enjoying that, Wolf Blitzer, if he was reporting at DAPL.
Big if there.
Big if.
if.
Of course
Yes.
they're not. Wow. It's just like, wow, they really don't like that. It's just such a weird. Anyway, so I wanted to show you that. That was just weird. Just gloss over. He doesn't go, yeah, that's some more of the effed up over-militarization that we're doing. You know, we've got an Air Force base in Guam. We have 1,000 military installations around the world. We don't know exactly how many because they're secret.
It's like they didn't plan enough before that cut to commercial. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, still got 20 seconds left. Yeah, what a drag for those guys.
Bummer.
Probably sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
So now they're talking about what Trump made it the big fire and fury comment, right? So I just thought this was interesting because we're going to get a contradiction right away. So this is Dana Bash,
It's
correct?
unclear how it is. I mean, fire and fury could mean a lot of things.
Fire and fury could mean a lot of things.
He could have just wanted to have a dance off. We don't know.
Fire could maybe. Fire and fury they could mean maybe a dance off. You're right. You've been served. Isn't that what they say? You've been served. You have to dance now.
Is that what they say?
I think that's what they say. So then they go to this guy who's, by the way, you're killing me, Larry. That's what this guy. I always think of this guy whenever I see it. So here's what he says about that. So she says fire and fury can mean anything, and then he
I
says
don't know if he undercut his own message, but he did send a clear message. I mean, his word.
clear. His words. What are his words? How clear are his words? He's going to say right now.
His words were unmistakable. He said further threats will result in force and fury and well, I keep.
Oh damn!
So close.
So close. His words were unmistakably clear. He said the force to the fight. What did it? What was the thing that was so clear that I can't remember it? His words were very clear. Franks and furthers for all the Frank knockers. His words were very clear. With this axe I reign. Oh wait, that was a movie. The words were very clear. Forceful flunkies will fool the blah, 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 blah.
Flubber, ma, bubber, rubber.
There are no disputes. Fire and shit.
This was my chance.
The words were very clear. Farts make fire. Wait, what
I
was that?
wish he would have said that.
I wish he would have said that. It was very clear. Whatever the F he said was very clear. What did he say? What did he say? It was very clear. I just love that. I just wanted to show you that. I thought that was funny. And they really do hate it when you fly a bomber over their country. That irritates them.